Hi everybody, Raging back with another Mechabellum video. Today's video we're going to be going round 4 War Factory. And this is a production War Factory game. It's not a armor War Factory or anything like that. There's a guy on Ladder who does this every game. He's like 2100 MMR, so I thought I'd give this a go. I haven't played production War Factory in probably like 6 or 7 months, and some of my favorite games of all time in the past, so very fun way to play. But very expensive, so you have to be very good with your money. And you have to make sure you don't lose too much health too fast. So in order to do that, we're going to be using Hound Fire, and they did increase this to 300 from 200. So in order to afford it on round 2, I have to be Cost Control Specialist, which I am here, or Supply Spec. It's the only two that it really works with, so that you can get the Hound Fire round 2. Cursed here is 1900 MMR. He's Giant Spec. He is starting with Stormcallers. He has gotten himself Crawlers, and he has Fangs. Oh, he's gotten Fangs, sorry. He started with Crawlers. And we're Cost Control, we have Sabertooths, Fangs, and we picked up some Hounds. I'm going to be saving 100, and I'm spacing my units out this way to leave spaces of 7 for War Factories. Here, 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 and also considering potential aggro War Factories. So you gotta plan pretty well with these boards so you can actually fit the War Factories in. So that's why I'm spaced out this way, and I have to play Standard, not aggro, when I'm doing the Production War Factory. But round 1 here, he has Stormcaller, so we're going to get eaten alive by these guys. Just want to say, if you enjoy these videos, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Do a lot of these replay reviews. So yeah, we'll dive to the Stormcallers here. And I'm going to be getting out of these Sabertooths. Don't plan on keeping these. I could use them as like AM, but this build is so expensive that I need all the money I can get. I can't afford techs on like anything besides Hounds and War Factories. Don't want to get too distracted when I'm doing this. And I'll never loan. You can't loan. Even if you're like kind of close to losing, you can't loan doing this. You have to just believe in the War Factories. Round 2, we get Marksman. Marksman's like the only long-range unit there. We are in a long-range battle, and so Marksman's just the only one that makes sense. Do grab it. I'm going to go Hound Fire. Round 2 here. I'm selling Sabertooth. Just want to try and get the War Factory going as quick as possible, and I'm going to need the money. We have Hound Fire now. This should be pretty good for us. It'll burn lots. He has lots of chaff. So I'm just going to opt to put them up here and space it out so that the fire shoots at the Crawlers and at the Stormcallers. You can see the arrows. Same situation here. Also get a third Hound as well. So now we have 5 and they're covering my board. So we have 3 waves of fire, a couple Marksmen, and we still have this useless Sabertooth and some Fangs. Opponent here goes with attack 1. He does get himself the Marksman, and he gets more chaff, which will be a mistake into Hound Fire. So this round will be a lot better for us since we have the fire, so we can actually like clear all of the chaff. We also have the Marksman, and the late Fangs are perfect to distract the Stormcallers. We'll win by like a couple Marksmen, basically. A lot better than round 1, though. I think Hound Fire needs to be increased to 400 if they want to nerf it, because I can still get it on round 2, right? Okay, so round 3 comes, and opponent grabs Absorption Module. He is a man with a plan here. He's Giant Spec. He has the Marksman. He goes Vulcan Marksman immediately. It's like the strongest comp in the game, or at least one of them. It's hard to blame him for going straight into it. You definitely want to get that going as soon as possible. It's very difficult to beat. I get 2 more Firehounds, and I have 700 supplies. I'm going to get round 4 War Factory. I also need to afford the efficient maintenance on War Factory. Just doing some math here, making sure that next round I have enough. Yeah, so I actually just unlock War Factory on round 3 in preparation for the round 4 drop. And I'm just going to put some Hound Fire up here. Basically, I want to make a Hound for every unit of chaff. So this will burn this, this will burn this. I do the Rhino to assist the Hounds loading in here. Yeah, just want to get fire basically everywhere, get rid of as much chaff as I can to assist with the War Factory play later so that the War Factory isn't distracted shooting so much chaff. We do have a level 2 Marksman, but with the addition of the Absorb Vulcan, he will take this round. And this is a pretty good shield. It does block the fire pretty well for him. Actually, it's like, survives with like a pixel of health, which is annoying. But yeah, the shield and the Vulcan is just too much during my charge up around here on round 3. Okay, I get redeployment offered to me and Electromag. I'm a little afraid of Electromag against me, but he doesn't really know what I'm doing yet. I can tell that I don't think he knows I'm going War Factories yet. So I don't think he's going to take Electromag Impact. And redeployment later for me with the ability to move war factories and not have to sell them is really strong, because if they have levels, I can still take the levels and stuff. Thinking about either taking the free deploy mod, but yeah, I go with redeployment because it's much better with war factory. I do have all these hounds with fire as well, and I don't like that the crawlers are here, so I redeploy these hounds to a different spot. I don't want the fire to just like be wasted and land here, so I'm gonna go on the flank here and just try to get more of his late chaff. Not as worried about the early chaff, more worried about the late chaff. So we get the war factory, we slot it in. That's why we prepared these little holes, space things out this way. We do efficient maintenance as well, so that we don't run out of money by having so many war factories during the game. And I just get more hounds as well, because I can kind of like put them on this flank. Even though there's Vulcans here, if there's hounds here, they'll shoot fire on the Vulcan, and then the crawlers and stuff will like walk through the fire. Also go with defense enhancement because it just makes the war factories tankier. And I still saved 100 supply. And I can never loan during this, or I'll basically just lose, because I need all the money I can get here. The plan is, when I see Vulcans, I'm going to be going Steel Ball production or Phoenix production. He does have lots of marksmen and stuff, so we need to try to kill these Vulcans. Even though Vulcans are pretty good against Steel Balls, if Vulcan gets stuck shooting the War Factory, the Steel Ball production, while the Vulcan is distracted on the War Factory, will still kill the Vulcan. That's why I think of going Steel Ball production. Something I didn't notice at the time was he runs Ignite on Vulcan, which is perfect against War Factories. Luckily for me, he went with Best Partner, because now it makes Ignite and range more expensive. He didn't know I was going to be getting the War Factory on this turn. And yeah, it's just so much HP for round 4 that like it will win most of the time, unless like I lose to like Phoenixes or something. An opponent gets to keep his shield. All right, so we have the War Factories now, so we need to start making units with them. This is such a fun way to play. I used to use the production War Factory all the time. Opponent here goes with Rhinos so that he can deal with his flanks. It's not that good. I think he should take Wasps because, well, Wasps are showing, right? And Wasps are really strong for me into all these marksmen. And he can also defend his flanks still with Wasps. So I think Wasps are better. Since the Rhinos will still get fired and the Crawlers will still run through the fire. So I still accomplish what I want this way. I think he should just use the Wasps. I also sell one of the Wasps because I just need money, because I want to get War Factory and I want to get Steel Ball production. When you go War Factory like this, you need to basically blindly trust that the War Factory will work, and don't get distracted building anything else. Just make War Factories with the production techs. And I run these techs here, range and HE. HE is pretty good in case you have like a chaff problem, but the Firehounds are here for that. I have all 3 of the productions, range, and the best card I can get is Extended Range War Factory with the production War Factory, because they basically just stay out of range of everything and just produce, but we don't get that this game. So I go with Steel Ball production, and I'm going to get another War Factory and skip a deployment, because we'll still just have like a bunch of Steel Balls coming out, so it's fine. And I don't know if I use my redeployment this turn. I do. I slightly reposition these guys so that I can try and get the later... He does have Rhinos here now, though, but I moved that slightly to try and hit these Crawlers. All right, so let's see how well the Steel Ball production goes here. Yeah, so these Vulcans are pretty good against the Steel Balls, but once Vulcans get stuck shooting War Factory, the Steel Balls would be good after that. Yeah, so now the Vulcans are shooting the War Factory, so the Steel Balls aren't being shot. They'll just push through, and once we get through the marksmen and everything else, we'll take the towers, and we'll get this round as well. That's the beauty of production War Factory, is the War Factory has so much health that the tank is the War Factory, it's all the damage, and then you have just like a bunch of garbage coming out of the War Factory. We get another redeployment offered, but holy smokes, improved Phoenix. Now, if I click Phoenix production on my War Factory, they will be improved Phoenix. So I'm thinking, do I want another redeployment? No, I just want improved Phoenix. This card's so good, dude. If you don't know about this card, if it pops up, you should probably just take it. Opponent didn't take it here, though. He's going to believe in his marksman. He has marksman production on his Vulcans, and now he has range and ignite. I should have looked at my opponent's bar. I didn't know he had Ignite, so it might have discouraged me from going War Factory if I had seen it, but I'm glad I didn't see it because I'm not too worried about Ignite. It is a really good counter, but all you really have to do against Ignite Vulcans is get Photon Coating, so I can go boats, or reposition my units into an aggro position to take the tower better, or beacon my units, my War Factories back and just delay while they produce units over and over and over again, and it will still overwhelm your opponent. So there's like 3 different modes of attack, even if they have Ignite. And you'll see which one I go with. I did go with Phoenix production here, and I bought a Phoenix immediately. I sold the Marksman that was here to take shields on these Phoenixes. So these Phoenixes are super tanky. Almost 5,000 health. With the shield, doubles their health. So these are like 20k because there's 2 of them. I get more Firehounds because I'm being annoying and I'm trying to burn chaff as quick as possible. So I just put it here to burn more chaff. Then I go speed. So speed is a mistake since he has Ignite now. I don't know he has Ignite, but Ignite will be really good here. But we do have the improved Phoenixes and the Steel Ball production now. When you see that your opponent has Ignite Vulcans, if you're doing this, it's delay the War Factories so that they can just produce lots of units, reposition so that you have aggro War Factories, or get Photon Coating on the War Factories so they don't take damage from Ignite. So even though we lose our War Factories, we still do have some improved Phoenixes here in the sky, but we're stuck shooting lots of Fangs. So he has this round. But now I know what I'm facing. Look how tanky they are, taking shots from level 2 Marksman. Like actually surviving shots from level 2 Marksman. So another plan is you can get the Orbital Javelin and just kill the Vulcan that you need to kill and then just get the tower. So I go with the Javelin here. I suspect he's... I can't target this one. It has too much health. Like, this one's pointless for me to target. He goes with Mobile Beacon to try and save this one since it's like the obvious one I'm going to hit. But Vulcan's so slow, as long as I put it in the dead center, I actually anticipate this play. So as long as I put the Vulcan in the dead center of the Javelin, it'll never get away. And knowing that, there will not be a Vulcan here to block the way to the tower, and I have this handy redeployment. So we're going to go aggro War Factories now because of the Ignite on Vulcan. Like, basically I just need to kill this Vulcan, get the tower, and then I should be able to win the round still. Playing from back here and rolling towards Ignite is terrible. I'm gonna get more aggressive with these, and I'm gonna pile them onto a strong side. Don't want to spread them out anymore. Just want to make a strong side so that there's a lot of garbage for the Ignite Vulcans to get stuck on. Go with some Fangs here, so we have a little bit of chaff. Get myself a 3rd War Factory as well. I'm gonna put it right here. Now we have 3, and there will be no Vulcan here. We're gonna be getting right in there. On this turn, it looks like he's just like chaffed up more. He's just got like Fangs with portable shields. Pretty good play, but now that these are all together, very strong, and this Vulcan was jabbed, we're going to be able to get this tower, and there's going to be so many Phoenixes and Steel Balls, it won't matter. The Vulcans will not be able to handle it. And we have a level 2 War Factory. I made this level 2, so these guys are even tankier. 40k health Phoenix with energy shield. Improved Phoenix is crazy. Yeah, here's the power of Improved Phoenix and Production War Factory Steel Balls. I lose my tower, but it doesn't matter. Things you probably like would want to do if I'm not facing Vulcan, a lot of the time I'll go Mech Div Steel Balls just for even more chaff, but since he has Vulcans, I'm discouraged from clicking that button since he has good chaff clear. I'm just going to rely on these like Improved Phoenixes instead. So yeah, he does kill one, but look at all this junk. So we were able to snipe that Vulcan. Actually almost ended the game. If that War Factory lived at the end, we would win there. But yeah, once there's this many War Factories, it's pretty much impossible to stop. On this round, we get Farseer, so now we have Photon Coating. Opponent goes with Mustangs. I don't hate Mustangs, I guess, because of like the Phoenix production. He does kind of need something other than Marksman to fight them. The melting points look good because they can kind of kill the War Factories, but we'll replay it with melting points. It seems like he should pick the melting point. There's so many War Factories, it won't make a difference. I'll prove it. We go Farseer. Yeah, now we're going to get even more aggressive since we have Photon Coating with Farseer available to us. It's a great drop. I left these spaces of 7 on purpose, so here and here as well, in case we needed these. So now we've gone from standard production war factory to aggro production war factory in order to combat full tech Vulcan with Ignite. That's the only reason I'm here. If he didn't have Ignite, all my units would still be back here. And this is like a really overpowered composition, so you can see this still works against it very effectively. The Photon here will be crazy. I'm going to do the War Factory Beacon, get the tower, try to finish the game here. We have 2 level 2 War Factories also, and instead of buying another unit, which I can do, I just take attack 1. Since I just take the stats on everything, it's just better than another unit. And Photon makes it so Ignite basically doesn't work. He just doesn't have enough. Vulcan Marksman is not... Like, it could be good against this, but this Photon push with 4 War Factories making improved Phoenixes, this is basically impossible to stop. I mean, look at the production on these. It's pretty crazy. And these are so tanky. These Phoenixes are so tanky. And there's so many of them. Yeah, we just overwhelm his position here, and War Factory production takes the game. We even have one of my improved Phoenixes from back here still alive. Just a quick video, wanted to show you guys the power of round 4 War Factory. I've been playing this now for like a couple days. It's really fun. It does require you to play Houndfire, which is slightly controversial for some people, but I mean, so many people playing it against me. I've sort of joined, I've hopped on the bandwagon. It's just so good. I might as well use it in Houndfire meta. Honestly, what I'm just trying to do with the Houndfire is match each chaff pack that he has while continuing to throw down a little bit of fangs for protection for my war factories, spread out different waves of the firehounds. We do have some late wasps in case he had taken the wasps on that turn, and the war factories. I did loan on the last turn just because I knew I was going to win. That's why I loaned. But until then, no loaning allowed, because you need all the economy you can to just keep getting war factories. And you really do. You want to get as many war factories as you possibly can. A lot of the time, the answer is not a different unit. It's always just another war factory, because the amount of units coming out of the war factory is what makes it strong. If I didn't get the Farseer drop, I would just have gotten Overlord with Photon. Like, I would have needed to, basically, because I need Photon in order to kill these things, because I have to take the towers in order for the production on these to spit out more improved Phoenixes to clear the rest of the way. So you have to be creative with this. You can't just plop them down and expect it to work every time. You have to play around what your opponent's doing, and with redeployments and improved Phoenix, obviously this is like a very ideal round. It's very overpowered what happened here. That's why I wanted to show it to you, because I just thought it was like a crazy game. If you ever have trouble like against Vulcan Marksman, this can work, but if they run the Ignite, you need to get creative, kind of like how I was here. A lot of you might be thinking, oh, my opponent that I'm playing against here is an idiot for not taking the Melting Point. I think Melting Point's probably still the best thing for him to take, but he does have Ignite Vulcans, and maybe he just doesn't expect that I'm going to go Photon Farseer and that he'll just like take it anyway. But yeah, I'll show you that Melting Point here does not cut it. Okay, so we're playing as my opponent. Let's see, we're going to take the Melting Point, right? We need to somehow get on target here. So we probably put a Melting Point here. We're probably going to missile all this so we're not distracted by anything. We'll take range. We don't need Stormcaller. We probably need another Melting Point. We'll missile the Fangs. I think we need oil to slow the push. I don't want this to light on fire, though. I think that stays out of range. We're always going to do this. And we need assistance from these units. Let's move away to get these units assistance. Do we get another Vulcan? We could get another Vulcan for right here. I think we will shield against fire. We just don't want fire to land. Oh, the late hounds are gonna light it though. All right. Defense 1 or tower, probably tower, because we don't want to lose this tower. He doesn't have energy absorption. All right, so we're on target. Melting points will kill this guy. And let's see, can we latch to another one? Okay, we'll get another one. But these are level 2. I have the improved phoenixes here as well, which means he'll lose his tower, and we'll kill everything anyway. I mean, it's still better. It's still better than how it went before. In fact, he might even live the round here. Yeah, it is better, but now next turn I'm going to have even more of these. Oh, what was he on? 200 something health? Okay, so he still dies to the improved phoenix production. It's the improved phoenix production that's just like out of control at this point, basically. Because he only had like 200 health. Actually, with this new replay thing, I can go back. What's he on? 273. Yeah, so we still killed him. The first tech you take every time is efficient maintenance on round 4 when you get the unit. Makes the upkeep 50 instead of 200. This way we don't hemorrhage money the entire game. And then you just start getting the production techs that make the most sense against what you're facing. So in this case, it was steel balls. And when I got improved phoenixes, I immediately clicked phoenix production with Phoenix Shield because they're so freaking tanky. There's just no way of stopping these Phoenixes, basically. Even if I don't win this round, I'm just going to make 2 more War Factories every single turn until I completely overwhelm whatever my opponent's doing here. But that is going to do it for today's video. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Until next time, have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.